Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I want to share my preparation before going to Vancouver. When you hear the word preparations, you might think about packing luggage or gathering information of visas or homestays. However, I want to share something unique, something beyond the usual. Of course, practical information like visa procedure can be helpful, but many YouTubers have already covered those topics. So I've decided to share my personal story instead of the typical ones or practical information. Alright then, let's dive into my preparations. Recently, I went on a trip to Pohang with my friends. It was a great opportunity for us to reunite before I leave for Canada for 4 months, and one of my friends joins the military. This trip was special because not only did we get to reconnect after a long time, but we also traveled to Pohang in my friend's car. In the past, we used to rely on public transportation during our trips because none of us had the driver's license. However, one of my friends gained enough driving experience to take us on this trip. It was an interesting experience for me. First, I felt comfortable on the highway surrounded by fast-moving cars. Second, it made me reflect on the saying, time flies so fast. While it's commonly believed that time passes quickly as we get older, this experience showed me a different perspective. I realized that time can hold meaningful growth, even if it may seem insignificant on its own. Through various experiences, we can mature and grow as individuals. So I appreciate the journey in my friend's car as it reflected our personal growth. After chatting during the trip, we arrived in Pohang and decided to visit the beach. Pohang is famous for its beautiful blue sea, and as soon as I caught sight of it, I felt like I had truly arrived in Pohang. We also visited a unique resort, a caravan-themed accommodation where we spent the night. It was a one-of-a-kind and luxurious experience. My friends had made the reservation, and I was grateful that they chose such a nice resort. We took a break and prepared dinner together. One of my friends was skilled at grilling meat due to previous experience working at a barbecue restaurant. Since I wasn't as proficient as my friend, I assisted by delivering equipment and plating the meats. It was a fantastic experience. I was so engaged in helping my friends that I didn't have much time to take pictures of the delicious food. Nevertheless, the meal was enjoyable, and I cherished the time spent with my dear friends. Being with loved ones is truly wonderful. Despite being an introverted person, I found myself becoming more talkative when I'm around my friends. In these moments, my shyness fades away, and I embrace the opportunity for self-discovery. We had joyful conversations and eventually fell asleep. On the morning of day two, I woke up at 7:30 a.m. and took a walk along the beach near our resort. It was a awesome experience. Mother Nature always brings me comfort. Just by listening to the peaceful sounds of waves and admiring the clear sky and bright sun, I find myself naturally meditating and falling in love with nature. Afterward, we went to an important destination, Spacewalk. Spacewalk offers a breathtaking view of the entire Pohang from a high vantage point. To reach Spacewalk, we had to ascend to a high location, giving us the sensation of floating in space. It was at this point that my fear of heights kicked in, and I felt quite nervous. Have you ever heard of a zip line? Well, I'd never ridden a zip line before because I've always been terrified of heights. To be honest, I can be quite a coward when it comes to these things. But with the encouragement and support of my friends, I had a crack at facing my fear and slowly making my way up, observing all the people around me who were enjoying their walk on Spacewalk. I must admit, it was quite a scary experience. Although there were plenty of handrails and safety measures in place, the higher parts of Spacewalk swayed with the gusts of wind, intensifying my fears. But thanks to my friend's presence and reassurance, I managed to make it to an unofficial botathon. As you can see, the view from there was breathtaking. It felt like a special gift that was bestowed upon me. Of course, I didn't complete the entire track, but I still managed to overcome my fear and reach a higher point than ever before. This experience made me realize the value of life. Taking on challenges and gaining new experiences allows us to understand life on a deeper level. It reminded me of the importance of seeking growth and learning from every opportunity. This mindset is something I aim to carry with me as I prepare to embark on my journey to Vancouver. That's all for my diary today. I hope you found some inspiration and insight through my story. I'd also like to leave you with two thoughts. First, we have the power to turn similar meaningless time into something meaningful. And second, embracing challenges leads to new experiences, and those experiences open up a whole new world for us. These were the reflections I had while writing this diary. I love to hear your thoughts and ideas, so please leave a comment below. I'll see you next Saturday. And until then, have a meditating day.